Hi, Chip and Amy with Donkey Farms here, and we purchased the Star Plate plans a kit from Stromberg's. We'll post a link in on the video for you. And we went to YouTube looking for videos, and while we found lots of entertaining ones, none of them really explained what you're doing. Neither one of us are carpenters. My husband has a little bit of carpentry experience, but
all my fingers.
Yeah, he still has all his fingers, so that's good. So we did read through the entire book, and it is a little bit confusing, but we got through it. And we are using 8-foot pieces of lumber because you can buy them at 8 foot. We didn't have to cut anything, so we wouldn't have any waste. And we're going with the beveled edge. We're building a greenhouse. We're not having an overhang, and we're building the 8-foot one. So you get a template plate like this, a sheet, and the only template we really need is template A for this. All these are for other reasons. If you're going to put something special on it, like an overhang and things like that. So all we need for ours is template A. So I cut it out, and the first one we did, there it is. The first one we did, we placed on the lumber just like it asked. It says fold here. We went just like this, and we marked our line, our cutting line with a marker, and
Stand it up. Well, stand it up so
I will.
See what you're gonna
So I marked my beveled edge here, and then we stood it up where this is going over. And for what we're doing, we only need this first drill hole. So we marked that, and then we cut it. And we found that using a chop saw that you can change to an angle is a lot easier than trying to saw that off. And it looks like it's a 35-degree angle. So once we determine the angle by looking at the template, we just set our chop saw to the proper angle, and then we didn't have to use this anymore. Once we cut it, we realized, so the bevel cut's going to be right here. We also realized this distance is exactly 1.5 inches. So I got out my ruler. After my husband cut it with the chop saw, I went through here and measured in, that's not 1.5 inches. There's 1.5 inches, and I marked all of the drill spots right here with a marker so we would have them. Right, so I'm gonna take over the camera and show you when my husband cuts it what we did. Okay, so you can see right here we've done 3 triangles, and we're going to show you how we put these together. Okay, so here is what the Star Plate looks like. And this is with all 5 pieces going in. Let me show you on the other side of it. I'm going to step through. I don't know if you'll see it because now the sun's behind us. Here's the 5 pieces going in. This is a top corner. And there's the carriage bolts. And Farmer Chip is about to put in the last piece of wood, and I'm going to show you exactly what we did. Okay, so there's the beveled end of one of the 2x4s, If I go down to this end, you'll notice that the beveled end is the same, whoops, sorry, Farmer Chip, is the same angle. So it's like when you do mitered corners around a window. And the outermost point here to the one on the other side is 8 feet, not the inside corner. And then here's the holes we drilled, and the carriage bolt is through that, and we put the carriage bolt from the longer side through to the shorter side. And what we're going to do is, we only have the very top piece and the side piece left to do. So Farmer Chip's going to get up on the ladder. There he goes. He's getting nuts and bolts in his hand. I think if we had done the 9-foot, which is the furthest, the biggest pieces of lumber they recommend you using, it would have been too hard with the ladder. We would have had to put up scaffolding. So if you'll notice, this piece of wood, that bolt is going to go right in that hole.
This is the last one.
Oh, he's putting it up there.
Racking and tweaking.
Yeah, we're going to have to rack it because it's the last one, and just make sure. Need to come towards you a little bit.
I'm going to put this in so it holds.
I think if you just knock this one that I'm standing under out, it'll fit. It's a scotch, and it's almost ready there. Okay, and now it's now it's in there. Now he's going to go around to all of them and tighten them up further. What I like to call man tighten, because I never can get it tight enough. And
it's set in there nice now.
It's set in there nice. We still have to level it. Come out. We still have to level it up. We weren't really sure where we wanted to put it. We think it's here. That's why we didn't prep the ground too much, because we may move it. But Farmer Chip's gonna bring in some dirt with the tractor, make sure it's level, and we're just gonna keep the dirt floor in it right now because it's middle of summer. It's hot. We don't need to wrap it in plastic right now. But we will in the fall, and we'll show you a video when we do that as well. But there, it's all done, and it just really took just the better part of it one day for the two of us to do it. The only reason we had to finish the next morning because we were one short piece of lumber. For some reason we counted weird when we went to the lumber store. So to be clear, when you buy the kit from Stromberg's, you get enough of these star plates, these metal star plates, the carriage bolts, the nut and the washer, and the directions and the template is what comes in the kit from Stromberg's. The lumber you have to purchase. Also want to show you, this is the very bottom. These are what's sitting on the ground right here, and this is sitting on the ground. According to their directions, if you want, you can bend this little piece up, but it's not, if you look at this, it doesn't go, this is not perpendicular. It kind of goes up and kind of goes down, and this just rests on the ground. They recommend you can set this up on blocks so that's not touching the ground. You can bend it up. Since we're just putting dirt under here, we're just going to kind of scoop out a little place so that plate stays the way it is in case we want to move this at a later date. We don't want to bend metal too often. But if you also notice, these boards do not lay flat on the ground. They kind of angle down into it. I don't know if you could see that very well. So those boards do not lay flat. They angle, which is a little bit confusing until you start to put it together, and then it's clear.